Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to explain the new changes Microsoft made in Copilot Studio. As of July 2025, these new features are really amazing and developer-friendly. So, let's get started with this. Now I'm just going to create a new agent. Then I'll show you each step. Let's click on the Create button. My agent is being created. This takes a couple of seconds to get it created. Now my agent got created. Now I will walk you through each new change or feature. You could see the Overview menu tab. And then we could see the Tools menu. This is the new menu. Other menus are as they were before. So I'm not going to discuss those. I'm going to discuss the new features. So the moment your agent gets created, you can see that there are a lot of things you can manage, like orchestration, response model, knowledge, and many more. Orchestration uses generative AI to determine how best to respond to users and events. Then we have response model. Here we can configure which model you need for your agent, like GPT 4.0 or GPT 4.1. Once you enable the orchestration toggle to yes, this will take you to the generative AI screen. Here you can configure the model for your agent. Here we can configure which model you need for your agent, like GPT 4.0 or GPT 4.1. By the way, what is this actually? Generative models have different strengths and specialties. Select your preferred primary response model. Note that generative orchestration may leverage multiple models. Preview models are subject to preview terms. You can read this Microsoft article for more details. Not only this, you can configure the response formatting setting as well. You can specify the format and style of the agent's responses. If these conflict with other instructions for this agent, these will override. Basically, here you can describe how the response should be. For example, you can pass something like, describe how the agent should craft its responses. For example, always respond in rhyming couplets. Make all proper nouns bold for data-related answers. Respond with bullet points. Then we could set the moderation settings from high to low. So what exactly this means is, lower moderation increases the risk of harmful content in your agent's responses. Higher moderation lowers that risk, but may reduce the number of responses. So you can read more about this in the Microsoft article shown here. And nicely explained here. You can configure the text something like, I can't help with that. Is there something else I can help with? Then we got knowledge. Using general knowledge configuration, you can configure the general knowledge for your agent. This is the configuration for that. The foundational knowledge that the generative AI was trained on, to ground your agent only with your specific knowledge sources. So, you can disable or enable the use of general knowledge for your agent based on your requirements. Then, we got the configuration of use information from the web. If you want to let your agent browse the web using Bing Web Search, then we can enable this. Then, you got file processing capabilities where we have image upload configuration for your agent. You can enable or disable this. Users can upload images .png, .web, .jpeg, and non-animated .gif that agents can use in conversations. Uploads are limited to 15 megabytes. Then you got search configuration. Tenant graph grounding with semantic search. You can enable or disable this. It can provide improved search performance for Microsoft 365 Copilot tenants. Availability varies by data source. Then, you got connected agents configuration. You can enable or disable this. If you enable this one, other agents can call this agent. It lets agents work together to complete workflows. Then, you got deep reasoning configuration. As of now, this feature is in preview mode. It enables advanced reasoning for AI actions. You can control this configuration from here. You can read the Microsoft article about this feature in more detail. This article explained the deep reasoning models very well. Most of the features shown here on this screen depend on how you have configured your generative AI, whether it is dynamic response or classic. If you enable orchestration as yes, then the dependent features will be in enabled mode. Otherwise, they will be in disabled mode. After making these changes, you need to save the configuration. Click on the Save button. So these are the main changes or new features added to Copilot Studio as of July 2025. Now I'll take you to another interesting feature in Copilot Studio. Let me reload my agent again. I'll just open my new agent again. Go to the Tools menu. It is a new, really amazing feature. The Tools menu is like a toolbox for your Copilot agents, where you pick, test, and reuse useful features, like sending an email or fetching data to make your agents smarter, faster, and more reliable, all inside the same app. Now you don't need to create a Power Automate flow for your background process or job. These processes or actions are embedded inside the tool. You just need to add the specific tool in your agent. Here, there is no need to create a new Power Automate flow for the same job. Click on the Add Tool button. These are the tools you can add to your agent. If you select any of the connectors here, the respective actions will be displayed, and you can add them as a tool. So these are nothing but Power Automate flow actions. Like for the SharePoint connector, you can select Add Attachment, check in File, and create Item, and many more. We can see a lot of SharePoint actions. Now you don't need to create a Power Automate flow explicitly to do your task. You just need to add the tool and write instructions as the behaviors, as a prompt. The rest will be taken care of by the tool itself. For instance, I can add Create Item as a tool to my agent. This is how I can add this tool. You can add it as a tool, and I will create it, and then I'll configure that. Here I'm not going to configure that. I'll create a separate video for this, and we'll show you how we can configure and use it. Here we got one more interesting tool. That is Model Context Protocol, MCP. The Model Context Protocol, MCP, in Copilot Studio is a standard way for the studio to connect with external servers like internal databases or APIs, so your AI agents can use those tools directly. The tools what I add from this menu are scoped to this agent only. So, how about adding global tools that can be used across the agents from a Power Platform environment? For that, a similar tools menu is available. outside your agent, that is, at the left side panel, from your Copilot Studio homepage. All flows and connectors which I created earlier are being displayed as global tools. I can use them from any agents in Copilot Studio. Basically, both the tools menus are the same, but have different scopes. In my upcoming videos, I will create separate videos for each new feature I have explained here. That's all for now. I hope you liked and enjoyed this demo and learned something new today. If this helped you, please consider subscribing to my channel. In the upcoming days, I'll come up with many trending videos on Microsoft's latest technologies, like Microsoft Copilot, Gen AI, Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages, SharePoint Online, Artificial Intelligence, and many more. Kindly be with me and help me to grow on this journey. Thank you.